I have to put this winter front on. It's gonna be very cold tonight. With these vehicles, they got a bug screen in the front here. You can see this bug screen. This here gets packed up with snow. It's nice to have this bug screen, but you can't take it off. It's built into the hood. And the bottom, as you can see, it has a bug screen all the way down here. And you have a problem with the snow packing in. It's 8 degrees out, and it's going to get below 0 tonight. But this bug screen is stock. It comes with these Freightliners. And it's pretty easy. It's got the hooks on here. There's actually 4 hooks on the back, as you can see. And they have little areas here that you can put these rings on there. These are square or rectangle rings here. I'm in North Platte, Nebraska right now, and I get to go all the way to Cheyenne. I'm doing my half an hour right now. At the bottom you just have Velcro, and that just slips in these grooves here, and you tuck it in and grab it on the back end, and you pull it pretty tight. And that's about it. It's better to do it now when it's 8 degrees out, and when you're in Wyoming where it's below 0. You need your fingers out here to fetch this, the Velcro that comes around here. But this is a hard one in the middle here. It's all about getting your pinky in the hole and stick it in there and fetch it, fish it out. Can't wear my gloves with this project. You know, I'll pull too much because it's all plastic. But I usually do the ends first. I hope everybody can see it. It's all about fishing through this little hole here. And I do it tight, and that way the rings on the top don't fall down. Last one. Get your pinky in there and get curl it around. It's easier in the summer. Last time I did this, it was really cold out. So it's 8 degrees out, and the wind will be blowing this snow into this bug screen, and it freezes up. And you have a pack of snow in here, and this will keep everything warm in the engine compartment. And that's what it looks like with this winter front. And that should get me all the way to Utah. I gotta go to Clearfield, Utah again. But you want to do that. If not, you'll see that some of these trucks, you see the bug screen in the front, they'll start filling up with snow. You see the Snyder one is like that, and this red Freightliner is the same way. See how the snow gets packed in there. And then you don't have any air circulating into your intercooler on your turbo. And plus, I like it because it keeps the engine compartment warm. There's so many computer sensors and air lines, fuel lines. Everything's heated, and even the air dryer and all that's in there. It's all heated. But there's so much moisture that still you'll have problems. But that's what it looks like. It looks pretty good. And that way you see the vents, and you got to have stock. You can't just put cardboard over, because they figured out where the turbo intercooler is, and if you don't do it right, then you're plugging that up and you'll burn up the turbo. But the intercooler is real important, so they have the right slots at the right place for these kind of winter fronts. But don't be shy to put those on. It gives you a little bit of a reason why you do it, because when you see them all frozen on the side of the road in Wyoming and it's 18 below 0 out, none of them have winter fronts on them, and tow trucks will take them away, but they'll put them in a warm shop And you'll see the problem that they have is because they forgot to do the winter front. I think it's the right way is to go long on this. That way I had more Velcro. Last time I went horizontal, but it slipped around. But that seems to be the right way to go. But I'm hoping everybody can see that. That way you can see what this winter front looks like. It's real important. This is March, and it's still cold, and this is Nebraska. I'm at in North Platte at the Flying J, and I got about 5 more minutes till my half an hour is up, and then I'll go ahead and go all the way to Cheyenne, fill up, and then I'm done with my my hours at 11 hours. This here is trailer 82, and this is a Wabash. I thought it was a utility, but it turned out to be a Wabash. But the only damage I see, you can see the 1% screws it up. Somebody pretty well hit this sucker, and they had to caulk it down. But it's too bad. You get some drivers that really are not learning. They want to learn on other people's equipment. Got good tires on that. Same kind of aerodynamics on the hubcaps there. Everything's looking really good. I'm ready to hit the road here, and they'll start filling up here. But as you can see, I was going through snow already and getting here. Grand Island was dumping pretty good, and it started at York. But it's all about winter time, and I'm going to be going through Wyoming. I figured I'd go and start going through Wyoming. After Cheyenne, I'll fill it up tonight, and then it'll be about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'll see how it works out. I'm hoping the snow itself is dampened down. As you can see what you do with the seal. See, it stays like that. It doesn't scratch the nice chrome on the side. But another Johnsonville load here. I'll be taking it to Clearfield, and then from there I'll go up to Idaho and pick up potatoes and bring it back to Wisconsin. Same old here. But it's nice to go west. I really did like it. Others like to go to Florida, but they'll always be there. It's a lot of rush hour traffic. And the one thing I noticed is potholes. There's a lot of that. But it's a good truck. But I'll be hitting the road here. And I got to get in front of the storm. I noticed that it should be ending in about 50 more miles. Right when I get over to Sydney. That's set for 0. That's looking good. But it's all back to being dirty again. Try to keep it clean. But I like these Alcoa caps. That's looking really good. Even when they're dirty, they look really good. But I'll give you a last look at what it looks like in the front. And that's professionalism right there. Taking care of your equipment. The fog lights are working really good. I'm really happy with that. And that's how it should look in the winter time, these winter fronts. And you see the other ones, I don't even know if they realize that. You should put them on. If not, I've just seen too many of these Freightliners on the side just frozen up. It's always something, but you don't want to be involved with that. It really puts your gut right up to your throat, and when things start sputtering out and it's not working properly. It's all because you didn't really keep it warm, and this winter front will keep this whole engine compartment warm. And you got so many sensors, you want to make sure they're not frozen. Any snow and all that packed into this bug screen you can see. And that's far away, you can't melt that. I notice they get really packed with snow and can't get air going through the radiator or the intercooler, and you're going to have future problems with that. And a lot of people they don't dawn on them that we used to switch these winter fronts with bug screens, but they keep them in there, and it's so small that it picks up every snow. And right now it's full snow, and the winds are blowing about 25 miles an hour, so you'll be picking up all that, and you'll be looking like these other trucks. And you see this one here, he doesn't have a winter front, and it's tough for these guys because these company trucks, they don't care. And you can see that bug screen there is just full of ice. And even the red one there, it's just, you can see that blocks the air going through. And all of a sudden you'll have some problems, and you'll have some red lights instead of orange lights. So, but it's time to hit the road here. Get out of North Platte. about 2 degrees out. It's supposed to be 15 below zero. Wind chill factor is supposed to be about 25 below. It's set up in the mountains, supposed to be about 15 to 20 below zero. So I gotta fill it up, that way I don't have any problems for freezing. But I made it right to my 11 hours. I only got about 4 more minutes left. But I'll fill up here in a park, probably on the side of the road. There's some parking there. And then I'll have 10 hours off. There's a lot of wrecks in Nebraska with all the ice and snow. It always comes down wet. But it's about 9 o'clock. It's really about 8 o'clock Mountain Time Zone here. It's supposed to snow a couple more inches. It's supposed to stop about 8 in the morning. It's 9, so I'll get up and get out of here at 7. It'll be 6 o'clock Mountain Time Zone. But there was a lot of snow from York, Nebraska, all the way here. Really started kicking in when you're coming into Cheyenne. But there was a big wreck in Sydney. They just pulled that out. They had the tow truck bringing that in. Looked like a car and a semi. Took the whole front clip off the truck. But other than that, it was a long day when it snowed like this. So that's March for you. But it's mainly about the cold. Let's see how this winter front's doing. You can see why I put that winter front on before I went through the mess. But you can see it worked out pretty good. And this bug screen isn't full of snow like the other trucks. Keeps it warm, melts it up from the radiator behind it. If you don't have that, it'll freeze up pretty good. It'll block all the air coming in. But it's pretty cold out. I want to get all this off. There's actually a sensor on the top of the windshield. I want to make sure that's clean. It gets covered up, starts acting up. There's actually 2 sensors. There's one right there, and that's why the license plate is up here, because there's a sensor right here. There's a sensor above on the top of the windshield there. It's all about sensors that shoot out and come back to see how far you are from the distance from other vehicles. You always want to clean that one up. Now it activates it. And it starts saying it can't read it, and you got to cancel it on your cruise control. That's the best I can do. When it's so cold like this days, you don't have the squeegees outside. But I was right on empty, but I want to make sure I filled it up. 153 gallons. So it's 200-gallon tanks. Right when it says low fuel, it must be just 50 gallons. That's interesting. Filled up, and I'll go right into Utah. I'm about 6 hours away. I'll see if they take me tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll probably get there about 1 in the afternoon. Clearfield, Maricold there. But this is the time you got to make sure everything's running pretty good. But that winter front's really a good way to do it. Brings out security, especially when it's going to be 15 below zero tonight. You want to make sure that you drain your air tanks. There's the one cable in the front. That's the one that's really important. You got 2 tanks. Found out a way you got to sneak your arm through here. You can find both of them. There's some water in that one. But there's 2 tanks on the back. That's the right way to go. But this is Sapp Brothers, right past the port entry here. These are 100-gallon tanks. That's full. It says it's off on 16. That's weird. We already printed out my receipt. I'm sure it's mine, yeah. Alright. Alright. Now I get to get my 10 hours break, and I'll see you guys in the morning.
Take the next left onto Archer Frontage Road, I-80 Service Road. In a quarter mile, turn right onto I-80 Business Loop.
79%. The pressure was 29.90 inches and steady. In Laramie, the temperature was minus 14. Here are some temperatures from nearby locations. At Arlington, mile marker 272, the temperature was minus 9. At Bordeaux at mile marker 71. At Elk Mountain at mile 256, it was minus 18. At 7 miles southwest Meriden, it was minus 8. At 3 miles southeast Tight Sighting, it was minus 9. At Vinavoo, mile marker 329, it was minus 8. And at Weckesser north of Cheyenne, it was minus 11. Here are some conditions from around the region. At Casper, the temperature was minus 12. The wind was southwest at 17, producing a wind chill reading of minus 36. At Chapman, the temperature was minus 12. At Denver, it was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 2. At Fort Collins, white snow was falling. The temperature was 1. At Gillette, the temperature was 2. The wind was southwest at 18, producing a wind chill reading of minus 19. In Rapid City, the temperature was -1. In Rawlins, the temperature was -22. In Scotts Bluff, the temperature was -5. In Sydney, like snow is falling. The temperature was -1. In Torrington, the temperature was -9. Once again, in Cheyenne, it was -6 degrees under mostly cloudy skies.